Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing good. Please stay home and stay safe. Okay. Let us finish bit manipulation today. And before we begin to solve the problems, let me talk about this ebook. This ebook is on data structures and algorithms. I think everyone who is preparing for interview or uh, is a computer science, information science, IT student, definitely they'll know this. If you're from a non CS background, then data structures and algorithms is most important topic if you want to get a placement or an internship, whatever. So this ebook is based on that, and it also has 15 plus HR questions. It is very neatly written and organized and contains all the necessary chapters that are needed to be covered. You do not have to look out for different resources. Everything is found here and you can rely on it. And if you click on any link, it will directly lead you to that page. And you can see here it is given in detail explanation. It is available for a very affordable price. Please check, the link is in the description of this video. So let us start today's first problem. It is given two numbers x and y and a range L and R. The task is to the task is consider set bits of y in range and set these bits in x. The English is not correct here. Basically, what they're saying is, in this number y, whichever bit is set, like if you represent y in the binary form, and from the position L to R, whichever bits are set in the binary representation of y, set those corresponding bits in binary representation of x, and finally output x in decimal form. So let us understand the problem with an example. So suppose x and y, let us take x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 14. Okay. And okay, first of all, how to write 10 in binary? 1 0 1 0. And how to write 14 in binary? 1 1 1 0, right? So let me consider the interval L comma R to be 2 comma 3. L is 2 and R is 3. Now what does the question say? See, let me write binary representation of y here. So binary representation of 14 is this. Okay. Now we have to check the set bits in the range 2 and 3. What is this range? Position. So this is position 1. We start from the least significant bit, and this is position 2, this is position 3, and this is position 4. Okay. Now we have to check in this range between these two positions. We have to check if a bit is set. Yes, this bit is set, and we have to set the corresponding bit in x also to 1. So if I write x on top, so let me write x over here as 1 0 1 0. See, you can see here, see, this is the position. Okay, this is the position. Position 2, at position 2, the bit in y is set. So we have to set, and x also is already set. So okay, we have to do nothing. But look at position 3. At position 3, the bit in y is set. Set means 1. Just remember, set means 1. But if you look at this position, it is 0. It is not set. So we have to set. So this 0 will become 1. So ultimately, what does y also end up becoming? Y becomes 1 1 1 0. So sorry, x ultimately becomes what? 1 1 1 0, which is equal to 14. 1 1 1 0 is binary, 14 is the decimal. So like this, Let us take another example with different x and y and L and R. See, let us say x is 10 only. Actually, let us keep x as 10. Now let us take y as 15. What is 10 in binary? 1 0 1 0. What is 15? 1 1 1 1. Let us take L and R as 1 comma 3. If we take L and R as 1 comma 3, see here, first bit over here is set. So we have to set this to 1. Third bit over here is set, we have to set it to 1. So ultimately x becomes 15. How to set a bit? That is important in this question. Actually, two things are important. Two things are, I hope you understood the example. Now you can at least understand what the question is asking. So what are the two important things in this problem? First important thing is we have to check if the bit in y is set or not. So we have to check if bit in y is set or not. Okay. How can we do that? We can do that with the help of AND operator. I think from the previous video of this series, you would have understood how to check if a bit is set or not with the help of AND operator. Let me discuss that again briefly. But before that, let us see the second important thing. After we find out a bit is set or not, and if it is set, then we have to set the bit in X. So how to set a bit? To set a bit, we have to use the OR operator. We can make use of OR operator. How is this possible? Let us take an example for both of them. So first is what? We have to check if the bit is set or not. Let us take a random binary number. Okay, let us take some random binary number. And now I want to check if at this position, the bit is set. How to check if at that position the bit is set? I can do AND operation with this binary number. Okay, if I do AND operation, now what is it going to be? It is going to be this. This is a non-zero value. And what is this basically? This is going to be 2 to the power position of the bit I am considering. 2 to the power position of the bit. So actually this is fourth bit, right? From the least significant bit, this is fourth. So actually it is going to be 2 power 4 minus 1. So if the position is starting from 1, actually it should start from 0, but it starts from 1. So that is why we take minus 1 when we have to consider the power. So this, what is the decimal value at this position? At this position, decimal value is 2 power 4 minus 1, right? So we have to do AND operation of what and what? Of the number that we are considering and 2 to the power the position minus 1, the position at which we want to check if a bit is set or not. And how to do 2 to the power? What does 2 to the power anything in bitwise correspond to? Left shift operation. If I do 1 left shift x, it is nothing but 2 power x, right? So this is how you check if a bit is set or not. And once you know the bit is set, how to set a bit? How to set a bit in another number? Let us take the other number over here as this. Okay, let us say another number we are taking, and I want to set this bit to 1. I want to set this bit to 1. So what I will do? I will do OR operation with this number. I will do bitwise OR. See, when I do bitwise OR, what happens? This happens. So now this bit is set. So two important things we know. If we have to check if a bit is set or not, if we have to check for a set bit, we make use of AND bitwise operator. If we want to set a bit, if you want to set a bit, we make use of OR operator. So I will just show the code now. I have already opened it. I have coded it actually, but yeah. So see, I've taken the input X and Y, and I've taken input L and R. I'm running a for loop from L to R. I have to run the for loop because in those positions I have to check for set bits in Y. How to check if a bit is set or not in Y? Like this. I want you to pause the video and look at this if condition and try to understand what is happening. So over here, nothing. We are just checking if that particular bit is set or not. And why is it I minus 1? As I told you, position is starting from 1, but least significant bit is 2 power 0. So it's starting from 1, but power is 0. So minus 1. So I minus 1. So if that particular bit is set, then we do x equal to x bitwise or this. Because what does this mean? This means we are setting the bit. We are setting bit here. And this is nothing but checking set bit. So as you can see, I've taken the same example and I've got the output as 15. So you can try it in your editor also. I have taken the same example that I was explaining and the output is coming perfectly fine. So code it in your editor and see what mistakes you're doing. Pause the video and do it. Okay. Okay, so I hope you are clear with that problem. Let us move to the next one. See, this problem is very straightforward. Given a number n, find the total count of set bits for all the numbers from 1 to n. So you can see this example if n is equal to 4. So for all the numbers from 1 to 4, we have to find count of set bits. So set bit, I think now all of you know, it means 1. Wherever 1 is there in binary representation, that is set bit. How to solve this problem? And they have a very harsh time complexity. You cannot don't use some inbuilt functions or whatever. Try to do it with some other logic. Actually, to solve this problem, there are so many ways. I will just share one with you today. I hope it will be interesting for you. So let's start. See, let us consider a number like suppose 10. Okay, let us consider the number 10. Let us write 1 to 10 in binary. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. We have to find count of set bits from 1 to 10. This approach that I'm going to tell you, it requires a lot of observation. You need to take many examples to prove that this is correct. So I will take one, you take at least 2, 3 and see why this approach that I'll be telling you works. So we have taken n is equal to 10. Let us now find out the highest power of 2 which is smaller than 10. Highest power of 2 smaller than 10 is 8, correct? So let us consider all the numbers from 1 to 8 minus 1. So what did we do? We found out the highest power less than the number n, highest power of 2 less than the number n, and we are considering all the numbers from 1 to 8 minus 1, which is 7. How many total set bits are there from numbers 1 to 7? Let us count it orally. I think it is, see in this column, if you check in this column, there are 4. In this column there are 4, in this also there are 4. So 4, 4, 4, 12. How to write this number 12? This number 12 can be written as 8 by 2 into 3. And this also can be written as 2 to the power 3 into 3 and by 2. So what is this expression now? It is 2 power 3 minus 1 into 3. So 12 can be written like this, 2 power 3 minus 1 into 3. This can also be written as 2 power x minus 1 into x. 2 power x minus 1 into x. So this 2 power x minus 1 into x, how to get to know this? Again, as I told you, have to make observation. You have to take some examples and perform this algorithm. So we know that from numbers from 1 to highest power of 2, which is less than the number given, there will be at least 2 power x minus 1 into x bits, set bits. So that is done. So this part is done. Okay. So this part is done. Now, which are the numbers that are remaining? Which are the numbers remaining? The remaining numbers are these, right? These are the 3 remaining numbers. Again, as you can see, how many set bits are there for sure? This column of set bits will always be 1. How many are there now? 3. How to write 3? We can write 3 as n minus 2 power x plus 1. And in this example, x is equal to 3. In this example, x will be equal to 3. So we had calculated this 2 power x minus 1 into x set bits. Now we have calculated n minus 2 power x plus 1 set bits. Now what is remaining? Remaining, if you observe, remaining is this. We only have to concentrate on this portion. Now if you observe carefully, this portion, it has turned again into numbers which are 0, 1, 2. So what is this 0, 1, 2? So we have to just check for these numbers now. So we will again solve the problem, but for a smaller number now. So essentially what have we done? The problem was n is equal to 10. We found out that there will be 2 power x minus 1 into x plus n minus 2 power x plus 1 plus, what is this remaining value? This remaining value will be, if the answer, if there is a function called answer, okay, and we are calculating the answer for 10. Now we will calculate the answer for what? It will be n minus 2 to the power x. And what is this 2 power x? It is highest power of 2 which is less than the number, less than or equal to whatever, less than, I think it will be, yeah, anyway you can do it either way, the function small changes will be there, but yeah. So this is how you deduce. Now this function, sorry, this function has reduced the number has reduced, and we will get the answer quickly. So this was the observation part. Actually the entire thing is observation, and this will become like the, not recursive actually, but yeah, you can say that I will solve the problem now for the smaller number and I will add it to the answer. So this thinking actually requires a lot of this thing, observation. I also did not get it in the first try, and I've taken some time to explain it to you. So I hope you understood the approach behind which I approach to think like this. That is important. There's approach to the approach only. The code is over here. If you understood the logic, coding is easy. Basically, I've taken a function called answer. And if n is equal to 0, base case, I'll return 0. Now I am checking for highest power of 2, which is less than the number n. And whenever this condition is true, I will break out. And over here, I will get the highest power of 2, the power, which is less than the number n. I'll get the power here. So over here in this code, p corresponds to x. So you can make that observation. In this code, p, what value I have made, variable p, it corresponds to x here. And I know this much is the answer for sure. These many set bits are there for sure. I know that. Okay. And now I am solving the problem for the smaller number n minus 2 power p, 2 power x, whatever. So this is actually hard problem. Like if you would be asked in an interview like this, it would be very tough, even for me. So if you solve these kind of problems before in hand, maybe in the interview you can tell it easily. So I hope you could understand the logic. Try it with some different examples, and I'm sure you will get the code correctly. So that's all for this video. It was quite lengthy, but I hope I explained clearly. Please like the video if you really like my work. Share it with all your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you have still not. And take care now. Stay safe. Keep learning, keep growing. And I'll see you in some other video. Bye.